Hey everybody, welcome to another reformer workout. Rebecca is back. Praise everything. We're going to do another ballet workout today. You guys really liked the reformer ballet fusion, so we're going to hit you with another one. Today we've got the jump board installed so we can do some grand pliés. If you don't have a jump board, it's okay. You can still do this on the foot bar, but the cues will be a little bit different, so just keep an ear out. We're going to start with 3 reds or 3 heavy springs on. We're going to begin in a ballet first position, heels together, toes separated, and you want to bring the feet, if you have a jump board, pretty low so they're right in line with your hips. And what we're going to do is we're going to start extended out so the legs are nice and straight, and we're going to move into our Demi Pliés. So keeping that external rotation in the legs, you're going to soften the knees, stretch and extend. Inhale as you bend, exhale as you stretch. Let's take this long and languid. Good. We're going to take 8 of these, so you've got 5 more. You want to feel your legs wrapping into that external rotation. You want to keep a neutral spine, so you're going to have a little bit of natural curve in your low back. You're not tucking the pelvis under, and you're going to keep that rib cage down. Good, and those heels should be sticking on the board or on the foot bar for now. Good. Let's take one more. Now let's start to incorporate some arms. We're going to go into our grand plié. Arms are going to come up into this nice circular position, elbows lifted. We're going to open the arms out to a nice wide second. So keep the legs straight to begin. So out to second, and we're going to go into our grand plié. Bend the legs, lift the heels as you go all the way down. Arms come down into this nice round position. Straighten the legs up, plant the heels, extend the legs, arms out to the side. Let's go again. Arms down, peel the heels up as you go low. Big breath in, exhale, plant the heels, open the arms out as you come back. Let's go for 3 more. And if this is bothering your knees, of course, just keep it to a demi plie with the heels planted. It's really not serious. Whatever works for you is the right choice. And it's nice that we're getting this choreography with the arms, getting some stretch through the chest. Good. Last one, open up nice and wide. Soften the legs, just bring the carriage home. We're going to reset into a second position. So close the carriage, replant your feet. What we're going to do is we're going to open our heels out so that there's some space in between. If you have a jump board, the balls of your feet are going to come off. You're going to flex through the ankle, peeling the toes back. So a little more reach through the ankle. And you're going to just begin straightening the legs and bending, bringing it home. Good. Let's bring the arms to a circular position and open out as they stretch. Yep, bringing the arms down, up to first. Sorry, that was wonky instruction. Good. Bending and stretch, open up the arms. Feel like you're holding a great big pumpkin. And you should be feeling the inner thighs warming up here. You should be feeling some glutes, quads even, certainly abs. Good, let's take 2 more here. How are you feeling, Rebecca?
Good.
Good. This is like old hat for you, right?
It's coming back.
And bring it all the way home. Relax the arms, relax the legs, close the carriage. Now we're going to take a 3rd position. So this is kind of like a beginner position as a prep for 5th for many people. So you're going to have your heel crossing the instep of the other foot. So you're going to have some cross leg position. Arms will be up in front of your torso. We're going to open up to that second. We're going to take a demi plie, keeping the heels planted, just a little bend in the legs. Bring the arms up to first, open out to second. Swoop the arms down, tiny bend in the legs, up to first and open to second. Let's take about 5 more of these. Make sure you're still breathing. Inhale on the easier part, exhale on the harder part. Good, really warming up through the legs, through the core. This is like a very classic beginning of ballet class. You really get through your pliés, make sure your legs are nice and plastic. Was that 8? I lost count.
Oh, yeah.
I was too busy talking, I'm sorry.
I think I counted to 7. Okay.
Now we're going to take a nice grand plié. So you're going to bend the knees, start to lift the heels when you get down to that last bit of your range of motion. Swoop the arms up, plant the heels right away, open out to second, stretch through the chest. Big breath in, exhale. Peel the heels all the way at the bottom. Very, very nice. And if you don't have the range of motion that Rebecca has, that's totally fine. Take it where you can today. It takes time to build range, especially in turnout. You don't want to force it. So take it easy on your body, please. Let's take one more. Scoop it up, open out, chest nice and proud and relaxed. Bring the carriage to close, and we're going to switch positions so the other foot is in front. So once again, that heel is right in front of the other instep. We're going to straighten out the legs. Nice correction, Rebecca, bringing those heels down. We're going to open the arms out to the side, Demi Plié, bend the knees, keep the heels planted this time. Scoop up the arms. Let me get out of your way. Good. We've got 6 more to take us to 8. And you should be feeling those abs working too. As you exhale, feel your TVA, your deep abdominals engage. And if you need some help with that, you can think about blowing up a balloon or blowing through a straw. Good, 3 more. And as you think about the position of those arms, think about the elbows lifting like you're holding a great big pumpkin or a basket of laundry. And last one. Now we're going to go to our Grand Plié. So you're going to bend the knees as you get down to the lowest you can. Lift up the heels, scoop the arms, plant the heels as quickly as you can, open wide, and we continue. Good. Try to feel like both hips are nice and even though you've got one foot in front of the other. You want to feel like both hip bones are heavy on the mat, both sides of your hips. Good. And if you find that your knees feel like they're getting pulled on, don't turn out so much. You can really take this very moderate. Does not have to be extreme. I think this is our last one. Big breath in, exhale, open up, nice and wide, and relax, bring it home. I'd like for you to just close the carriage, hug your knees into your chest, rock them side to side really quickly. We're gonna get ready to move on to our next exercise. All right, next we're gonna move into Fondu, which if you did my previous ballet video, we did as well. We've changed to 2 reds or 2 heavy springs. So Rebecca's gonna start in a nice first position. So the feet are gonna come pretty low down on the board if you're using a jump board, or you're gonna place the heels onto the foot bar. I forgot the word foot bar for a minute. And what we're gonna do is extend the legs out really straight. Rebecca, if you wanna do some arm choreography, we can take this in a nice round position. We're gonna take the right foot to coupe. So we're gonna point the foot, draw it right in front of that left ankle. We're going to bend both legs so the knees soften. She's gonna extend both legs, straightening them at the same time. The right leg extends right out to 90 degrees. She's going to open those arms out to second. So we're going to melt the legs down, bring those right toes down to the ankle, open the arms out to the side. Let's just take it to front for now. Yeah, good. Let's take 6 more. And the idea is you want the legs to straighten at the same time and come to their full bend at the same time. So you want a real sense of evenness between the movement of the right leg and the left. Good. Show about 3 more. Let's think about the arms coming together as the legs bend, opening up to the side as they extend. 1 more time. Good. Now let's come back to that coupe. Arms bend, and now we're going to extend out to the side. Leg goes to the right. Good. Both knees bend together. Straighten out at the same time. So right now you're extending a little late with that right leg. So think about slower with the right leg. Nice. And left hip should be a little bit heavier on the mat. If you need to take that right leg a little higher out to the side, not so low, that's totally fine. We're going to take 3 more. Really nice. Think about the arms melting at the same pace and opening at the same pace. So a little more of a quick open. Really nice coordination. Bring it back in. We're going to switch sides. So right foot's going to be planted on the foot or on your jump board. Left foot comes to coupe, toe pointed right in line with your ankle. Good. We're going to extend that left leg out to front as a left leg extends. Good. Now we melt everything together. Arms come low, open out to the side as you extend. Very nice. So think about challenging yourself to find that mind-muscle coordination where everything is in sync. Everything bends to its fullest at the same time, extends to its fullest at the same time. Very nice. We've got about 3 more. And if your leg doesn't go all the way up to 90, that's completely fine. Wherever you can get it, especially if you've got some hip tightness or hip pain, that's totally fine. Good. Now we're going to bend to that coupe, that fondu. Extend out to the side. Very nice. Both hip bones very, very heavy on the mat. Even weight distribution on the side. Good. Soften and melt. Extend out and melt. Good. Bend, arms come down and open out to the side. Making sure you keep them in front of the body, not behind like I just did. And 2 more. Still using your breath. Rebecca's doing a great job of that. Last one. Very nice. All right, bring everything back, rest and relax. We're gonna move on to Ronde Jambe en l'air next, which was always one of my favorites in class. We're gonna stick on that 2 red spring combination, still in your first position. We're gonna extend the legs straight. And what we're gonna do is bring that right foot to coupe. So the toe is gonna be pointed right in front of the ankle. We're gonna draw it up to the left knee, extend it out to the side. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna draw a super small circle in the air. Yep, just kind of hinging at the knee, but drawing a super, super tiny circle. It's almost like a beat. Good. Keeping that left hip really heavy. We're gonna go for another 3, 2, this takes a lot of concentration, and 1. Now we're gonna reverse the circle. So you almost can't tell looking at it. You're not really like winging the knee around. The knee should be pretty stable, but you're just drawing the smallest little oval. Good, and if the arms are needed for stability, you can place them down on the mat. Once you get to 6, bring that foot back down to the jump board. I'm pretty sure that was 6. And let's go for the other side. So anchor yourself down, and we're gonna draw the left foot in front of the right ankle, up to passe, knee to toe, extend it out to the side where it's comfortable, and we're gonna draw that circle, Ronde Jambe, bending at the knee. Very nice. So you wanna think about the upper part of your leg being very still, and it's really just almost like the bottom part of the leg is what's moving here. But there's just that minor little bit of hint of an oval. I think you've got 2 more. Was that 6?
I think so.
All right.
2 more is okay.
Oh, we'll fix it in post. And let's reverse. Very nice. We've got 4 more. So I was paying attention this time. This is 3. Making sure your hips are really even on the mat. 2. And 1. Bring it back to first. Scoot that ankle or that foot down the leg. And we're going to get ready to go into our next series. All right, so next we're going to move into Frappé, which means to strike. We're going to do this one in a releve position. So what we're going to do is raise the heels up, and we want to make sure the heels are touching to begin. Your legs are turned out with the heels lifted. We're going to bring the right foot to coupe. Arms will be long by your sides. And what we're going to do is just practice switching the position of the foot, front of the ankle, back of the ankle, front of the ankle, back of the ankle. We want to really get to a point where you can keep your entire torso stable, your hips really still. You're just switching the position of your leg. And your goal is to be able to control all of this through your core stability, through your core work, swapping the position of the legs. And this is a little bit different than you get in ballet class because we have the added challenge of the resistance of the reformer really pushing back on us.
Whew. Getting cramps.
Getting cramps. Let's finish it up. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring it back down to the jump board. All right, let's go for the other side. So we're going to find that releve one more time. You're going to bring the heels together. We're going to bring the left leg to coupe, toe pointed or foot pointed in front of the ankle. We're going to begin crossing positions, back of the heel, or back of the ankle, front of the ankle, back of the ankle, front of the ankle. And again, torso stable, hips stable, supporting yourself with the core. Your goal is to begin to increase the speed of those beats. And again, nothing else is really like wiggling around. We're just crossing, 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 crossing. You should be able to get to this eventually, but it does take practice. So meet yourself where you are today on the speed and work up to it. Okay, let's go for 3, 2, and 1. Foot back to the jump board. Bend the knees, bring it home. And let's just kind of run out the calves and the feet a little bit. We're going to come to parallel, hip distance apart. So you want your toes to be in line with your hips. We're going to raise your legs, your feet to releve. And we're going to begin running. Bend one leg, extend the other. Okay, this can be a moderate pace, fast pace. Really just roll through the feet. Use this as an opportunity to stretch out the calves, release the feet. Good. And once you're nice and even, we're gonna lift both heels, extend straight. Big breath in, bend the knees, bring it all the way home. Great, let's move on. All right, next we're gonna do leg circles, feet and straps. It's the best, it's everyone's favorite. It's actually the first reformer I did at my ballet studio. We had a little reformer on the side. So we're gonna switch to one red, one blue. You're going to scoot your body just a little bit away from the shoulder blocks so you have a little room to work. Your legs will be up toward the ceiling, 90 or close to it. Arms will be long by your sides. In parallel, knees facing your nose, press the legs low. Inhale, bring them back up to 90 or you're 90. You wanna feel like you're trying to squeeze something like a $100 bill between your inner thighs to get the connection you want between the legs. So we're just warming up with these straight leg presses today. And then we're gonna move into circles. Good, making sure you're breathing as you go. I like to exhale as the legs press long. Hopefully you're feeling that stretch through the hamstrings as they come up to 90. Good. And next time you press down, we're going to open up at the bottom, draw your circles, bring them up to the top, and continue. Good. You can take this at a slow or a moderate pace, whatever is best for you. Good. We're just going to take 2 more in this direction. Take us to 6. And come back up to 90, and we're going to reverse. Open up at the top, wing them down, around, and up. And we're still working in parallel, so your knees are facing your nose. We're going to shift that into a turned out external rotation position in a minute. You've got 3 more in this direction in parallel. And inner thighs, big part of ballet class, so this is definitely more of a Pilates move, but very consistent with the goals of a ballet class too. Last one. Bring it up to 90 degrees. Now we're going to find Pilates V, heels together, toes apart, external rotation. We're going to press low, continue leg circles, keeping that external rotation. So every time you come back up to 90 degrees, make sure the heels meet together, toes are apart. You're maintaining that external rotation through the hips. Good, 2 more here. And last one before we reverse. Now open up at the top, swing them down, around, and up, and we repeat. Hopefully this should be an enjoyable little break. You definitely are working your inner thighs, but the mobility work here should hopefully feel really nice. Good, 2 more. And last one. Now what I'd like for you to do is a Peter Pan stretch. So we're going to bend the left leg, straighten out the right leg. You can hold onto the ropes for support. You can let that left foot come low to the ground if you're on a floor reformer or into the well. Hopefully both hips are nice and heavy. You might need to press a little bit more into that left side. Right leg is straight-ish. Take it as low or as high as you feel comfortable. And let's go for the other side. Right leg bends in. Left leg extends out to the side. Good, and if you need to really hold on to that rope a little bit to stabilize yourself, that's completely fine. Your goal is to let the inner thigh muscles release here. You doing okay? Mm-hmm. Great. All right, both legs up to the ceiling. Now we're gonna take a full straddle. So we're gonna hold on to the ropes, let the legs release and relax out to the side. Again, if you feel like this is a tense place for you to be, take the motion, range of motion very lean. Definitely hold on to the straps here. Big breath in, exhale, bring the legs up toward the ceiling. In parallel, knees facing your nose, flex at the ankle, and you can pull on the ropes. Either the legs can be right above the hips or a little bit further out, feeling the stretch down the back of the legs. And let's release the straps off of the feet and we'll move on. Nice. All right, I changed Rebecca onto one yellow spring or one extra light spring. We're gonna move into arms and we're gonna build on a series that we did last time in my last video. So Rebecca, if you would come off of the reformer, you're gonna come on to kneeling on the carriage, facing camera. You guys will turn to the right. You want some space in between your knees and the shoulder blocks. So you want your knees hip distance apart, and grab the strap in front of you. You're gonna bring your hips up over your heels. you're going to find a really rounded position. What we're going to do is hug a tree with one strap. So you're going to bring the fingertips to meet each other right in front of the sternum or a little bit lower, open up wide. So you're going to feel like that spring is going to pull you a little bit off axis. Your objective is to stabilize yourself through the core, holding yourself through your ab muscles. Very nice. We're going to go for 4 more. And you might have heard it from me on the last one. You're going to make sure your elbows are lifted really round and you're not shrugging your shoulders up to your ears. Everything is nice and low. Good. Next time you bring the fingertips together, you're going to lean over to your left side, finding the obliques. You want to keep the fingers right in front of the sternum so the arms aren't moving to the side. They're coming to meet right in front of your body, and you're tilting over to the left. Bring it right back up. So you're going to feel obliques on the right side. Fingertips together. Exhale, lean to the left. Good. Think about there being a string between your fingertips and your sternum. Good. Let's go for 3 more. And see if you can even it out. Now find fluidity. Bring the fingertips right in front of the sternum right as you lean. Good. 1 more. Good. Next, what we're going to do is bring the fingertips together. We're going to hold, take a twist to the left. Once again, keeping the fingers right in front of your sternum, back to front, open wide. Big breath in, exhale. Fingertips meet, twist through the torso. Find even pressure through your knees, back to front. Good. Make sure your chest isn't leaning back as you do this one. You should feel lots of oblique core work happening here. Very nice. Let's do 2 more. Open wide. Good, last one. All right, we're gonna finish up our arm series now, going into a nice 5th position, fingertips meet overhead. Oh, I think the camera got cut off again, but so it goes. So the palms are gonna be flipped up. The fingertips are in front of your face, not back behind. Shoulders are down. You want to think about your shoulder blades tucking into the back pocket. Good. Just 2 more here to get us to 5 on this one. Good. Last one, control the carriage on the way back. Beautiful work. Now what we're going to do is bring the fingertips up and together. We're going to lean over just a little bit to the left. Challenge your obliques. Oh yeah. Back up, open wide. How does that feel? Good. Fingertips up, lean over to the left. Really anchor yourself using that right knee. Even pressure through the legs. Just 2 more. Very nice. It's a good reminder to keep control, but it happens. Awesome job. Very well done. Let's get that strap out of the way. We're going to turn around to the other side. So turning to face your left, you're still going to be on your knees, still on that yellow spring. Knees hip distance apart. You're going to begin with the strap in your left hand, arms nice and lifted. We're going to just bring the fingertips together, using your abs to support you here, and open wide. Elbows stay lifted. Exhaling as the fingertips come together. Every time they're going to meet right in front of your sternum. Good. 3 more. You want to think about the collarbone being super wide. You want to make sure your chest isn't rocking back or forward. Good. All right, so now what we're going to do is bring the fingertips together, and we're going to take that tilt or that lean over to the right, keeping even pressure in the knees, hips really square. So it's really just you're bending at the side waist. Good. Let's go for 4. And make sure you're bringing the chest a little bit forward, Rebecca, you're not leaning back. 3. Try to smooth it out too. See if you can have the fingertips meet and marry that motion of the side bend. Last one. Really well done. Back to that open second. Now we're going to bring the fingertips to meet. We're going to keep those fingers in front. We're going to twist over to the right, bring it back to front, open wide, really wide chest. Good. Hips evenly stacked over your knees. Feeling obliques through all this twisting we're doing. Feeling a lot of upper body and away through, obviously, the resistance you're getting through this strap, but even just holding your arms up here. Good. 3 more. And making sure that the hands aren't twisting away from the torso. We really want to keep them right in front of the body. Very nice. Is that our last one, or is this our last one? Let's make that the last one. All right, now the palms will flip to face the ceiling. We're going to meet the fingertips up in front of your head, but over the head, open up wide. Definitely using abs here to stabilize. Exhaling as you bring it up, trying not to let your hips and torso wiggle. Thinking about collarbone wide, shoulders down. We don't want to hike the elbows up. And on this next one, you're going to bring the arms up and reach over to your right side. Good. Back up, open wide. Big breath in. Exhale. Over to the right and open. Just 3 more here. Good. Try not to lean with the hips, just bending over. Last 2. Good. And if you're less mobile on one side than you are on the other, it's totally fine. Just meet yourself where you are today. Last one. Nice work, guys. Let's take that strap off of the hand. We're going to go for side legs. So what we're going to do now is switch onto one blue spring. And we're going to take off the yellow, lie on your right side. Rebecca's going to face camera, and you're going to rest your head on your hand, on your bicep, or you could even put a little yoga block down or a pillow to support your head. We're going to grab the strap in front of you, place it on the left leg. That's going to be right onto the foot. Your bottom right leg is going to come up to tabletop or pretty close into your chest. You want to make sure your shoulders are stacked, your collarbone is really wide, your top hand will be pressed into the mat in front of you. And we're going to lift that top leg and just press it out to the side. Knee is facing forward, rope is in between your legs. You're going to bend the knee in and extend it out. We're just going to go for 8. This can be at a pretty moderate pace. Doesn't have to be too slow, not too fast. You want the heel to be right in line with your hip. This one's really good for glutes, for thighs. We're going to get into a little ballet external rotation in a minute. 4 more. So hips are at a nice hip width separation right now. Really finding that stretch through the leg each time you extend. 2 more. And last one, really support yourself with that left hand. Now we're going to externally rotate the leg as you raise it up to 90 degrees, or as close to it as you can get. Rotate back to parallel as you bring it right back down to the side in line with your hip. Rotate outward as you bring the leg up. Back to parallel as you bring it down. And your heel should be just about right in line with your hip. You don't want it too far forward in front of the body or too far behind. So Rebecca, if you can, you're going to bring the heel a little bit further back as you bring the leg down. Is that okay? Mm-hmm. Okay, great. And let's go for just 2 more of these. Good. Last one. Now you're going to leave that leg down to the side. You're going to draw it in front of the body. It can be all the way to 90 or just in line with the knee, whatever makes sense. And you can press it to the side or even slightly back behind you if that feels good. In front of the body and back. Good. And if you like, you can even take a little arm choreography with this one if you like. Feel like your arm can go forward with the leg, out to second. Just making sure it doesn't go back behind the body. And second, you can take a nice swoop forward. Whoosh. Yep. Yeah. Sorry, that was a little awkward of me grabbing you. Good. And let's take 2 more. And back. Bring the leg right back in line with the hip. Now we're just going to plant the top hand into the mat. Leg will be directly to the side, in parallel or turn out, whatever is more comfortable. We're going to take 8 small circles to the back and then reverse. Let's go for 8, 7, 6. This is like a little tiny ronde de jambe for those of you who taken ballet class, like the very small version of that. Last 3, 2, 1. If you're getting your rope caught on the shoulder block, just bring your leg forward a little bit more. Let's reverse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, And one, bend the leg and take the strap off of your foot. Let's go for the other side. Very nice, Rebecca. And flip over onto the left side of your torso. Get cozy. And once again, you're going to find that comfortable resting position for your head. Bend that bottom leg in where it's comfortable, and that strap will now go onto the arch of your right foot. Make sure you have that little bit of breathing room between your bottom rib or your waist and your bottom rib is lifted. We're going to just begin extending that left leg out to the side in line with your hip. Knee is facing forward, bend the knee, bring it in. The rope can be on top or in between your thighs. I personally, for my body, find in between to be a little more comfortable, but you do you. Your mileage may vary, as they say on Reddit. And just make sure that heel is going backwards a little bit. Oh, yeah, right in line with your butt. We've got 3. This is 2. And 1. Pause there. Now we're going to get into our ballet extension. So we're going to externally rotate. Leg is going to come up toward the ceiling and lower it down. Comes back to parallel. So knee faces the back wall, not the back wall, the side wall, and then faces the front wall as it comes back. So you should hopefully feel the hips be really stable. You want to feel the rotation through the hip socket here. So there should be, really think about the leg rotating in the socket as opposed to going around. Let's go for one more here. Good, lower back down. Now we're going to bring the leg in front of the body to your comfortable range, and you can press it to the side or slightly back. Good. In front, where you feel comfortable, slightly back. You really want to feel a nice long extension. So think about the quad engaging to pull your kneecap up on the leg. That's really going to help you get the stretch you want here. Good. This should be your last one. Pause it to the side. Now we're going to take those tiny circles, 8 to the back, and then reverse. Bring the leg a little bit lower if you want. Good, you've got 3, 2, 1, reverse. We go for 8. Should really feel your butt starting to burn here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee in, relax it, take that strap off, and let's move on. Nice work. All right, next we're going to move into small jumps, and we're going to add a little Pilates ballet fusion flavor. So if you would, Rebecca, come up to kneeling. We're going to flip, make sure you're on one blue spring, excuse me, and we're going to go for Arabesque jumps here. So you can be on your knees for this one. We're going to start with our right leg on the jump board. Left knee will be under you, and your hands can either be on top of the shoulder blocks, down on the mat, or if this is unstable, place your forearms on the mat with your hands around the blocks. What we're going to do,
Try this first.
on the forearms. Okay,
Yeah.
so any one of those was fine for you. What we're going to do is jump off of the jump board, extending the leg into Arabesque, and bend the knee, bring it back. So you want your heel to be right in line with your hips. So Rebecca, lift the leg a little bit more.
Okay.
And you want your neck to be in a nice long alignment. So your eyes are down, a little bit, gaze a little bit lower. Over here, yep. And your leg is really stretched. Foot should be right in line with your butt, a little bit higher. Good. Very nice, really, really good. So we want to find that nice long extension. This one's a tricky one, but a good one. And yes, you might not need to jump as high as you think you do. Good. Next time you jump and extend the leg, pulse it up to the ceiling, just an inch or 2. Jump, pulse, bring it back down to land. If you're feeling like this is very doable and you want to challenge your core, definitely straighten out the arms. That will be more challenging for some of you. For others, the bent elbows will be enough, and that's cool. Everybody's body is different. Good. Let's take another 5, 4. Make it nice and smooth. 2 and 1. Good. Bring it back home. Now we're going to turn out that leg. So we're going to externally rotate through the hip. The knee is going to be slightly facing the wall, and bend your leg to come home. So just bring the carriage in. And now we're going to do the same thing. Jump with the leg straight to the back, but now the knee is rotated out through the hip. So we're in this really balletic position, right? I'm already excited about this thumbnail. And make sure as you bend that back leg isn't landing too far to the right. You really want it closer to the other side of the board.
Okay.
Yeah. The other one closer.
Oh.
Yeah, I just don't want you to cross your body. There you go. So what I was explaining to Rebecca is you don't want to land with that foot under your opposite hip. You want to land with that heel right under your right hip. Good. Even a little further out to your right, Rebecca. Yeah, there you go. Good. Now we're going to jump, pulse up toward the ceiling.
Oh, ceiling.
Oh, that was cool. But yeah, we'll do ceiling pulse for now. That's a good one for the next video. Let's remember that. Good. Pulse up and down. So just an inch or two above your hip and back. I know I'm murdering you right now. I'm sorry. 2 more. Last one. All right, bring it back in. Now we're going to go for the other side. Whew, take a breather, grab a sip of water if you need to, and we're going to go for the other side. So again, if you want to have your forearms down, totally cool. We're going to have the opposite leg behind you. Your right knee is going to be supporting you. Leg is in parallel now, so your knee is always going to be facing down. Okay, so bend that left knee, and we're going to start jumping. Extend the leg long and soften as you come back. So your toe, ball, heel is what hits the mat, and you bend the knee. Yep. Making sure that leg is right at hip height or even a little bit higher. You could stand to lift the leg a little bit higher, Rebecca. There you go. Good. We're going to go for 3, 2, and 1. Now we're getting into those pulses. Jump, tiny pulse up and back down. Good. Jump, pulse down. Good. Making sure you're not craning in the neck. You want a nice long line through the back of the neck, tucking your chin. And if you want to straighten out your arms, find a different challenge, go for it. Good. Really nice concentration. Let's go for 2 and 1. Bring it back in. Take a second. And now we're going to go for our turnout. So we're going to rotate through the hip. Knee slightly faces out to the side. Now we're going to jump and extend that leg. Nice. But we're in that external rotation. So we're getting different work through the hips, different work through the glutes. Very nice. And that stretch, right? That's what we want to find, is that nice stretch. Pulling the kneecap up on the leg, stabilizing the core, especially if you've got your arms straight. Good. Now, next time you jump, we're going to pulse the leg up, bring it back behind the hip. And if you feel the carriage slam, don't worry about it. That's your cue. Keep the range of motion a little bit less intense, less power, more control. Good. Keeping the shoulders over the wrists. That idea is really going to help you. 2 more. And 1. Beautiful work. Bring it home. Come down off the carriage. And we're going to get ready to finish up in our final small jumps. All right, so to finish up small jumps, we're going to go for 2 red springs. You could also do 1 red or 1 blue. We're going to begin in first position with the heels together, toes apart. Bring the heels low if you have your jump board. You could do this one with a foot bar, but it's a little sketchier to do. So if you're doing that, be careful. I'm not endorsing it. You're going to bend the knees. What we're going to do is begin finding that deep plie, and you're going to jump, extend the legs super straight, and land. You're going to find that first position every time. Good. Find this as fluid as you like. So that 2 heavy springs really going to give you that sense of gravity pulling you down, but it's going to be more strength through your legs than you would get doing this standing up, maybe. Good. Nice long stretch through the legs. Zip the inner thighs together every time you jump. Yep, legs make contact. Nice. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back home. Now we're going to open, close. We're going to jump, land with the legs apart, jump, land with the legs together. A Jeté. Good. Very nice. Breathing. We're not going to do this forever, so it's tough, but it's short. Good. Let's go for 4, 3, last 2, and 1. Very good. All right, legs together, land. Now we're going to start in that 3rd or 5th position. So heel in front of the instep, we'll start with that. Or if you want to go for heel in front of the toes, that's your 5th. You do you. Bend your legs. What we're going to do is we jump. We're going to switch the position of the legs and land. Good. Jump and switch, land. Jump, switch, land. Good. If this spring weight is too much, doesn't give you enough time, switch to 1 heavy, 1 light. That's going to give you a little more to work with. Let's go for 5, switch, 4, switch, 3, switch, 2, switch, and 1. Switch. Very good. All right, now finish up the jumps. I'm almost done with you. Bring the carriage close. We're going to go for 1 red, 1 blue, or 1 heavy, 1 light. Now we're going to go for something called Jeté. So what we're going to do is start with the right leg planted. We're going to begin with the left leg in coupe. I had to switch my directions. So toe by the ankle, we're going to bring that behind the foot. And what we're going to do is we're going to jump off of that right leg, take the left leg out to the side, land on the opposite leg. Yes, exactly. So that coupe leg goes out to the side, then you land on it. So you want to think about landing with the opposite foot in coupe every time. Exactly, and that coupe leg goes out to the side before you land. So you're switching position, jumping straight up. Think about it, out, scoop, Let's go for 4, and switch, 3, switch, last 2, switch, and 1, switch. Awesome work. You were done with the hard part of class. Now we stretch. Okay, take a breath. Let's move on. Let's finish up. It's been a beautiful time together. We'll do some scooter stretch to stretch out those hip flexors. Maybe we'll do a little port de bras, and we'll wrap up. So we're going to start on the left side of your reformer. We're on 1 red or 1 heavy spring. Left foot is close to the front edge of the machine. Right foot is up against the shoulder block with the toes curled under. You can have your hands on top of the jump board or in front, or just like both hands flat, either way is fine. Knee is on the reformer, front leg is bent. We're just gonna press the carriage back, send it away. You can take whatever range of motion feels good to you here. Sometimes I like to get a little precious about like scooping the pelvis under to get the psoas in the right place. I just want you to find your expression that is good for you here. You can come out and in on your own time frame. For your little ballet flavor, if you want to start to take a split here, you can. I'm not going to ask Rebecca to do that today. But if you're doing that, what you would do is you would extend that front leg and the back leg. You could walk your hands down. If that feels good. If it doesn't, don't do it. Good. Next time you press out, you're going to reach your left arm up, forward, overhead. You can twist your torso to the back, a little quasi port de bras, back up and front. Let's take it one more time. Left arm up, twist to the left, open out wide, back up, forward, bring the carriage back, and let's go for the other side. Thanks for humoring my on-the-fly choreography, Rebecca. Okay, so left leg up against the shoulder blocks, right foot by the front of the machine, square off the hips, get nice and even, and both hands on the jump board wherever it feels comfortable. You're going to press the carriage back, finding that hip stretch. If you need to shift your position here, wherever it's comfortable, go for it. Good, breathe through this. You may find that finding some flexion in your upper spine intensifies the stretch for you. Just play around with it. There's no recipe that works for everybody, I think, but find what feels good to your body. Good, and again, if you want to take that split stretch, which is very on brand for ballet, you could extend that forward leg, placing the hands low on the machine or on the floor if that helps you. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. And next time you come up, we're now going to do our arm choreography again. So you're going to press out, reach the right arm up, out to the side, twisting through the torso, up and back, reach up, out to the side, back up, and bring it home. Very nice. Come off of the carriage, have a seat, facing forward. And you guys are all set. Thank you so much for humoring this ballet fusion. Again, we had a lot of fun, or at least I did. Maybe you had less than I did. But please like this video if you liked it. Subscribe, and I'm trying to get monetized, so please share it as well. I need a lot more watch hours, so help a girl out. And come back. We're going to have a lot more videos in the future. All right? Thanks. Bye.